Excuse me. All right, let's jump into this. This is a Baldi's Basis documentary.
My most recent video was a weird one, where
Yeah.
instead of talking about the here and now games, it was
Yeah.
more of a trip back to 2017. And while making that video, I felt a major wave of nostalgia hit me from games over these past years. However, one game made me feel this way.
Now to make you feel old, 2017 becomes a decade, becomes a whole decade ago in 2 years.
More than any of the others. Baldi's Basics
Was it their play, Doctor?
in education and learning. Baldi's Basics was a horror game to say the least, and a really good one. The game had
Yeah.
a similar idea used in very many other horror games, which is making something innocent turn.
Wait, what?
The game had a similar idea used in very many other horror games,
Hmm.
which is making something innocent turn horrifying. But in
A lot of the 2010s games did
In
that.
this game, rather than using something cliche like dolls or clowns, the game was disguised in what looked like a low-budget math game. The game started in a
Actually, I played this game too much that I know. I was told what this game was actually supposed to be. It was made in a contest, on like some type of HIO or something contest, And the original idea of this is basically taking making a old-fashioned math video game that schools will have you play, and make it horror. That's what they did, or at least that's what I was told. I still remember when that guy published that video, and a few months after, Missing Man 12 updates BB
tutorial greeting the player with the teacher named Baldi, who instructs the player to collect notebooks and solve basic math problems. However, after completing this math and collecting one notebook, something will be off in the game. And while collecting the second notebook, one of the math problems will actually be impossible.
Nothing off happens in the game after the first notebook. You grab your coin, it doesn't seem bad until the second one. Then you see oh, I'm here, yes, and I've seen this. Baldi Bases takes place in 1999. Makes sense. There are a few things to show that the developers were on a time limit in this game. Yeah.
The player to get the answer wrong, which of course.
To be honest, if they were on a time limit, this the Baldi Bases like the original game, probably, I don't know, it probably would look different.
Baldi doesn't like, resulting in him literally chasing the player down with a ruler, getting faster over time until every notebook is collected and the player leaves the building, or until they get caught, of course. I want to keep this summary quick, so I won't go into too much detail on the actual mechanics and characters just yet, but it is important while Baldi is the main antagonist, there are other small different characters that were there.
This is what I don't want to say about any other game. Well, I mean, I feel like Davil is one of those games that does it fine. It's very similar to Baldi, but it takes a good spin on it.
There's just yet, but it is important while Baldi is the main antagonist, there are other small differences.
Is that a lot of the mods have some of them have way too little characters, which not many of them, but a lot of them either just reskin it or they literally have way too many. It's kind of ridiculous how many of Baldi Bases mods literally have way too many extra characters, and it's like, dude, the original game you were literally based off doesn't even have that many characters. Why do you have this one has a few of them that make sense, and they still give you trouble. The other gives you a million of them, and it's they're still beatable. Well, some of them are still beatable, and some of them are just so annoying. It's why is this even made?
Characters that were there to hinder your ability to play the game. Now, while this game was fun, it has basically disappeared in general, despite actually, from what I found, quite a bit happening with the game ever since its original release. But let's start all the way from the beginning of Baldi's time.
I think it's because let's take FNAF for example. FNAF, I think a year or two later, basically released another game, keep you up its hype and stuff, and made a franchise over this. Baldi Basics didn't do that. But then again, Baldi Bases popularity and why Baldi Bases was even made is different from FNAF. Way different. Baldi is older than my dad. Baldi was born on June 3rd of 1970, and he's 29 years old in Baldi Bases, so he would be 55 years old today.
This marks a new chapter in the up to this point unknown game developer Mika McGonigal, because this day actually marks the start of the 2-week Meta Game Jam, a contest with, of course, a 2-week window where a developer in the small window is to try and
I think it was this I think it was this contest is why Baldi Bases was made in the first place. It was just a thing
about a game, with the goal of course, outperforming the competition and creating a title ranked on meta, humor, audio, fun, innovation, uniqueness, and aesthetics of the game.
Baldi Bases wasn't made as a project. It was made as basically as if you were going to a derby and you just took your card, tweaked it, or try to. It's like if you went to a contest, like a science contest, and just made something just to get it graded, and then you're not going to use it really much afterwards. This was just a product to win a award. It wasn't a product to, become a franchise, but that wasn't the answer what ended up happening. I'm pretty sure if she's gonna probably mention that.
This day would presumably not only start the competition, but start the development of the very first build of Baldi's Basics. At this time, there was actually no hype around Baldi's Basics, so this competition opportunity...
Baldi Basics was inspired on Sonic's Schoolhouse and old education software. Okay, that, I don't know if I heard that
was
before.
Built to be a step in the right direction to put himself out there for others.
By the way, if anyone is new to watching this documentary, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it if you haven't yet. Hey there, Evan, how you doing?
C. Fast forward to March 31st, the final day of the competition, is when Baldi's Basics officially became available for people to play for the very first time.
Wait, it was on a page like mods were? Like, this looks like the same type of page you would have, or at least... Oh, wait, was it first released as an itch.io mod? I mean, itch.io game?
This version of Baldi's Basics is pretty much identical to the classic version you can play now. However, of course, this version is the one that was entered into the competition, which at this point was the only purpose of the game. Anyway, the 31st came and went, but not without a ruling from all the judges. And he got second place. A little bittersweet to the story.
Yeah, because, like... Apparently, that's what I heard too, and apparently the first one was more of a on the nose, like, it was a game that was made about how to make other games. Basically, something very boring, something only like I feel like game developers would play, just like to give an idea of how to play games. And Baldi Basis honestly should have won. That, or maybe there was like a few things that was missing. I mean, I feel like last I heard from the story, Baldi Bases could have won, but it was missing some things that could have made them win, but because of the time crunch, they couldn't win. Missy Man 12 already knew he was going to make a full game to Baldi Bases even before Baldi Bases classic release. Just wake up after falling asleep last stream. Oh, dude, after last stream I took a nap because I felt so tired. Version 1.0 of the classic game was full of bugs.
But either way, it still performed very well.
I mean, that was gonna happen. For something, this game is so good to this day is so good, and for the very beginning, for it having a ton of bugs, that adds up, honestly. No pun intended for the game, though.
Ranking in the top 10 in just about everything, only coming second to Farfail OS, taking pretty much the number 1 and number 2 spot in every category. Now, it's obviously not first, but placing second still gave the game plenty of traction, and slowly people began to grow interest in this game, and YouTubers found it interesting enough to even start building videos playing this game jam hit. Slowly, tens became hundreds, found it interesting enough to even start building videos playing this game.
Should I start doing live streams reacting to this other content, considering that right now I can't just record myself doing it?
Jam hit.
Because storage wise.
Hundreds became thousands, and by early May, the game hit 10,000 downloads. At this time where the game was first exploding, there's actually a tiny Reddit post made by the original creator bringing up the idea of making a Kickstarter. It's a really interesting quick read since it shows his perspective of the game during its first bit of positive exposure, but this is a post we need to shelve for later times because he gets some really good advice.
The beast sorta could pass through Baldi. Oh, that probably would have made. Yeah, that probably. Oh, I'm so glad I played Baldi Beasts when Baldi BBCR was a thing. Cause if I played the actual Baldi Basis where that thing was still a thing, I would not have ever beaten Baldi Basics. Had to turn around every second.
On this forum that'll be used later. But anyway,
that would have been a headache.
A number that was already blowing Mika's mind at this time was really just the tip of the iceberg, and the game began to exponentially rise even further. The main reason for this explosion in the game was related to the YouTube community backing the game, similar to how many games blow up in modern times as mentioned before. However, unlike before, where it was mostly just a small short-lived fame for the game as it built a mini community, we began to see this crazy jump a couple weeks after that Reddit post where everybody began to hop on this game. And I'm not talking channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers even, but more like millions, or scratch that, tens of millions. People like Dan TDM and Markiplier started their own series after countless requests from thousands of fans to give it a try.
I haven't watched their videos, but did these YouTubers ever beat it, or did it take them like multiple videos, or like are their videos very long due to how long it took them to beat it? Should I drop out of high school? No. Unless you have a job. Secure yourself a job that you know can pay you pretty fine, and after you have that job for a while, sure. High school is very useless, and the only thing it helps you with is to get to kind of help you get a job anyways, or at least gives you a better chance to get a job. But my suggestion is, if you want to drop out of high school, get a job first before even doing that. Because I dropped out of high school without trying to get a job, and that was my only regret in life. So yeah, don't drop out of high school unless you have a job, and make sure it's a job that you care for, something that you're fine with doing for quite a few years to just gain up experience, so they can have an easier time to get other jobs. That's my only thing I gotta say for that. So don't drop out of high school unless you have a plan that you can fall back to, so then you won't screw yourself in life. Mark beat it in the first vid. Dentium took a few episodes to beat it. I'm pretty sure I think it's one because Mark is Asian, because Asian people are very smart. Well, actually some of them are. Well, mass majority is supposed to be, but I've seen quite a few idiots that are, I've seen quite a few Asians on the internet that are idiots, which they're not a lot, but some of them, at least in my opinion, are idiots. And they make me realize, oh, so there are exceptions and stuff. But then again, I don't know if it's stereotypical to call every Asian very smart, but like, a ton of them you can see are very smart. So I don't know. I mean, they're not the only one, but you know, I'm making a body in Godot. What? I'm making a body. What the hell does that mean, Yon? Can you explain to me further? Older versions tend to have bugs, but new versions always fix them. But even if the new version fixed the older bugs, yeah. As soon as I hit 16, I'm looking for a part-time. Yeah, basically, chat. All I gotta say is, you don't need to graduate high school unless you actually really want to, but nonetheless, I'd say get a job no matter what, because definitely in this economy, you're gonna need one. And I'm gonna say this. Use your school you're at and beg them to basically help you get a job, because then you have something to help you gain one, or one that you can really have. Because just getting a job on yourself is really hard. Trust me, I have plenty of experience on that. So you can basically use school to help you get into a job that you really want. That doesn't mean you need to graduate it, but if you end up graduating anyways in the process doing it, okay, so what? You know what I'm saying? There's always bugs popping up. Yeah, makes sense. Take for example, Minecraft, a ton of bug fixes, but new bugs appear. That's just game development in general. I'm not sure why that happens. Why when game developers fix bugs, more appear. Maybe because I don't know how, I'm not a coder. I can't tell you. I don't know why that works. I mean, I don't know how that happens because I have not ever made a game before, so I don't know why that happens. And I'm not even sure if game developers didn't even know why it happens either. They're just there to try to fix up anything. I think it's just like a house. You can fix up things, but sooner or later, some more things you gotta fix up later on. So maybe it comes with age or something? I'm not sure. Mark beat... wait, ready to read that. Alright. Here in the UK, the economy is so messed up right now. Things are doubling in price daily. Wait, are you serious? Same here. So I'm guessing it's just more than just the USA that's going to like a somewhat second Great Depression.
But once we began to see this new level of YouTubers join the game, 10,000 people became hundreds of thousands. And while as of right now, there's no specific numbers on how many people actually downloaded the...
Also, by the way, if Markiplier did beat this in one episode, it's a video. You don't know how many times he probably edited out his failures or something. You don't know.
The game, imagine it'll be based on other
games. He probably binged this game till he beat it.
I'm sure it broke hundreds of thousands or even potentially millions. At this point is where we all remember seeing Baldi's.
Oh, if he actually did beat it faster, then you know,
fan art,
good job.
New concepts, and massive dedication to Baldi's basics. It was in a prime where fan games, fan art.
Wait, is that a little girl? Is that playtime but with arts and crafters on her hand? If that's playtime, it makes me just she looks so adorable in this that it literally makes me feel terrible for shit talking her on the so many times I play Baldi Basics. I go into playtime. How old are you? I've seen nonetheless. Why? What the hell? I don't want to know that. Playtime's a kid. What the hell? I don't want to know that. Nah. Nah. Shame on you. I'm a minor. Okay, I'm gonna just say this, chat. If you guys are minors and you're gooning to other minors, I don't want to know. It's not illegal, but I don't want to know. I don't. If they were timed out, just time them out for the smallest amount of time is fine. But just letting you know, please don't say that to any of us again. Please. That's just weird as hell. None of us wants to know that. I don't care. If you were going to someone that's over the age of 18, fine, we will be allowing that in chat. But I don't want to hear anyone going into minors, even if you're a minor. It's just, that's creepy as hell. Like, keep that to yourself, please. Because I can't do anything, but it's just weird as hell to hear about it. 5 minutes, lower it down. Like, don't need to do 5 minutes. A minute is fine enough. At the max, a minute is fine enough. Even though I'm underage, I still would feel so fucking wrong. Yeah, see, it just doesn't seem right. It just feels. I feel like hopefully a lot of people are just realizing just getting off to minors, even if you are minor, that just seems wrong. I mean, eventually, one day you're not gonna be a minor. You're gonna have to literally stop doing that to minor characters, or else you're gonna look like a creep. So I guess do it before you that day happens. Just stop it. I don't know. I know it's not illegal or technically illegal, or I'm pretty sure it's not by law. But like, one day you're not gonna be a minor, and this will be illegal. I want to play with someone. Oh, I want to play with someone.
New concepts and massive dedicated community were all byproducts of this exposure.
Harrio, I'm not gonna lie. That was a reasonable timeout. I'm not gonna lie. Good job on that. I was gonna ask him to delete it. Oop. Because playtime is which means a fucking child, not a minor. That is a minor, dumbass. A minor is anyone under 18. At least in the USA, anyone under the age of 18 is a minor. So yes, playtime is a minor.
If anybody
I don't know if you knew that.
Well, pretty much any of my videos, I love discussing video games, but the ones I tend to make videos on the most are the ones whose communities are built almost entirely around YouTube. Because the power of the YouTube community is definitely underappreciated. Besides the game being on the charts of Game Jam, there was no first-hand promotion by Mika the developer. After all, he was expecting after the competition to leave the game there with no further development beyond it. However, as this game began to see hype, we saw tons of demand. This Slenderman type game mostly thrived thanks to its nostalgia
sentiment type game. I don't know if I want to call it that.
Based style, both combining old school gaming along with just really weird humor. Along with this, we also saw.
Spare, what did you do to my device? What the hell do you mean? Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the power of the YouTube community. Chat, I'm not gonna lie. Let's all just take a moment to realize. If not for YouTube, games like FNAF would not have ever been a massive franchise. It wouldn't have. It's because of YouTube it became massive.
Could be mistaken for a simple Slender clone. However, Baldi has a little bit of.
I did not. Every time I play Baldi bases, I did not ever think of Slenderman whatsoever. Then again, I probably didn't play that much Slenderman before. You hacked it.
To most eyes, this could easily be mistaken for a simple Slender clone. However, Baldi has a little bit of necessary character development the player finds throughout arts on the wall. We learn that Baldi is well known for his excellent hearing, and not only can he tell where you are through the sound, but can also tell if it's you or one of the other characters. It seems like a rather cliche concept, however, this, unlike most video games, can actually...
This is the thing about the game I was playing earlier about Fractal Factory. I noticed that basically that he couldn't tell what who was making the sound. He was just going towards the sound every single time, because I noticed at the bottom left corner, bottom right corner, that literally it was showing those symbols that, you know, the symbol that showed the main bad guy in these mods, or like in Baldi bases that show that symbol where he hears you. From Fractal, he always any sound he was going towards. Any sound that produced sound or that would initiate him. At least Baldi bases doesn't have that problem. So basically, Fractal show exactly what would happen if that was a thing. Maybe your phone is tweaking. Okay, this phone. Okay, this phone's trolling me. Uh,
work against
oh,
Baldi. Because
voice
Baldi's AI
resolution.
is very similar to
I'm
the
not an
players,
idiot.
being
I
limited to
didn't
just
say
the
you were.
hallways visually. So when there's no sound being made and Baldi can't see the player, he'll eventually lose track of them, and he'll eventually resort to just patrolling randomly until a sound is made or the player is sighted. Not to mention, by version 1.3, he actually developed a temper, meaning after taking a notebook, he would be incredibly fast. However, over time, he slowly calms down back to normal speed. The slightly overlooked feature, while small, becomes crucial in later parts of the game. But back to the time.
I don't think he does that nowadays. When you grab nobody he increases the speed, but he doesn't increase the speed temporarily then slow down. Are these just a bunch of Baldi basis mods? Actually, can someone give me the mod right there that looks like Baldi, like Baldi looks like almost like a person at the bottom left? Can someone find me that mod? I would like to play that.
People needed more with this game, more than
Or if someone can find like a Baldi basis IRL or a mod that makes him look like real life, I would like to play that.
Considering the simplicity of it. And just like that, Mika's 2-week competition became a full-blown game project. Let's fast forward a month into the future, June 13th to be more specific. We saw Baldi's Basics' very first update, at least the first significant one that people cared about. Because there were a couple updates before, but
at least the first one they actually cared about.
For the blow up
wow.
Of the game, and we're simply there to fix literal game-breaking glitches. But this new update actually added things to the game, something Mika wouldn't have expected from such a small project. But anyway, this update brought major features to the classic version, including the addition of a new character, first prize, an endless mode, and even some new items. Not to mention,
yeah, that's one thing I didn't know about. Is that I thought that first prize was always there, but apparently he wasn't. I want to go back to watching Markiplier's video, but like the very beginning, he acts like so childish on his reactions that it's kind of hard to bear on it because I'm not that young where I find his reactions entertaining. I exist now. I see. Stream on the stream on Aura Plus. What do you mean? Oh, earlier stream bro called me a hacker. It's a joke, bro. Don't take it that seriously. Yeah, but he ain't calling you that anymore. I'm gonna get called hacker once I join him and forsake his stream. I have schizophrenia, not gonna lie.
The implementation of the previously mentioned temper mechanic of Baldi that is actually crucial to beating the brand new secret ending that was also added. This new ending, while debatedly past Baldi's peak by a couple weeks, is what really shot the game from a trend to an actual sizable title. Because even channels like Markiplier with over 25 million subscribers give random silly games a shot. However, the transition into an actual real...
You don't know how many games that Markiplier gives a shot to. I thought that Markiplier was a horror game, but technically he's kind of more than that. Like, he's more than just a horror game content creator. Hooray.
Game is what they develop that.
Do you guys actually have schizophrenia? I would say something like this. Unless you're diagnosed with it, don't say it. Just say like you have you can just say you have undiagnosed schizophrenia or something like that. Just like don't confirm it, because then like if you aren't diagnosed with it, and that means you could be wrong. You don't want to be telling people, oh, I have schizophrenia. And like with people with actual schizophrenia and if someone with actual schizophrenia find out that you don't actually have schizophrenia, that's kind of like mocking them, you know? Like, for example, if I found out that someone didn't actually have short-term memory and stuff, when I like say I see someone say like, oh, I have short-term memory, and then they find out they actually don't, I'll be like, fuck you. That's how I feel like, because then you're representing us wrong. I mean, someone like me wrong. It's crazy how not a lot of people at all found this secret note in Baldi's Basics birthday bash. Yeah, I do. I'm diagnosed, being tested for bipolar 2. I need to get tested for bipolar, to be honest. I'm like halfway to fully being schizophrenic. Wait, what do you mean halfway? It's not like a meter. I'm pretty sure you don't just grow more as a schizophrenic over time. Or actually, I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a licensed person. And the steps of getting that secret ending are very specific.
As new updates and fan games came out, these massive channels kept up to date, constantly feeding millions to each update to the game. However, as of right now, I've talked about so many good things.
I'm just glad BG Mike exists because he still helps the Baldi Basis community still be alive.
About Baldi's Basics.
And I don't know, chat. I might be one of those that keeps the game alive and stuff, but then again, I don't really see that because I consider my channel so small where I don't feel like my content keeps the game alive.
But
I
the title of
just
this video was
feel like
supposed
I'm
to be about
there.
what happened to Baldi's Basics? Well, at this state of the game, it began to slowly lose hype, mostly just due to the fact that as games go up, there's usually only one other way to go. But now it's time to see what happened to Baldi's Basics ever.
I feel like, okay, imagine if he had the ability to make another version of this game, like Baldi Basics 2 or something like that, like FNAF did. I don't know, he probably would have popped off again. Hey there again, what's there, Dominic? How you doing? Make sure to like and share if you haven't yet. Want to try to do quick draw on TDS next Saturday on Spirit or Plus? What's quick draw again?
Since their very peak of the game. Well, remember that post I mentioned before? The one regarding building a Kickstarter? Well, about a month after that 1.3 update mentioned earlier, the game saw the release of what clickbait YouTubers would call the sequel to Baldi's Basics, known as Baldi's Basics Field Trip. This new game was rather simple compared to the original Baldi's Basics, and the idea of the game—
Yeah, I heard about this, but was this game even good, or was it just felt like a mini game? The reason why it's a mini game now on like BB Plus
is to keep lighting a fire by gathering logs for a certain amount of time. Failing to complete this task would cause Baldi to randomly spawn on a campfire, proceeding to absolutely fly towards the player for a quick jump scare. But what's important about this is the end screen of the game. This game wasn't really a sequel, but actually a demo. And it turns out that Kickstarter idea Mika brought up came to life. And Baldi's Basics was going to be remade into a fully fledged game if it got fully funded for a pretty hefty goal of about $50,000. A few of the reward tiers this game offered included—
Did he get 50K? I'm not sure. Beat Badlands under 15 minutes or some shit. We will, someone like me would need to bring trappers to that, and then we would need a bunch of DPS ASAP. Like, we would need a lot of, DPS, power, as soon as possible. But I don't know how fast you could do that. I love that demo, not gonna lie. People didn't like the old, camping, so it got revamped, and then 2 updates later, it got revamped again.
Basic ones like the game itself, an in-game credits appearance, or even an actual image inside of the game. But
I feel like the minigame of the camping stuff in Baldi Base Plus is mid. I feel like it's mid. Cause like, hear this. It's like very the minigame is kind of hard at some points. Like when it gets extremely fast, it's kind of hard to keep up with it and do the right thing. Cause you know, it's hard for me to make the fire extremely big, and it's very easy for it to die out. Unless the person like this guy, I think that's Mason Man, unless he like made it supposed to do that, I'm not sure.
The game itself, an in-game credits appearance, or even an actual image inside of the game.
That's me. Submit a photo to be featured as a poster in the game. It can be a picture of you. Oh.
Some more outlandish offers were on the table too. For example, the offer of a CD-ROM and physical version of the game. This Kickstarter lasted 30. Example, the offer of a CD-ROM and physical version of the game.
So basically, like the very old way, like to get games before you can get them off the internet. Why would you want that?
This Kickstarter lasted 30 days, going into late August, and Mika actually smashed his goal during the time period, raising actually $61,375 for the game, over 11—
Wow. Wait, and what time span?
Actually $61,375 for the game period. Raised going into late August, and Mika actually smashed his goal during the time period, raising actually $61,375 for the game, over $11,000 more than what he had asked for. And since he had the proper funds and time, he began the production of an
my favorite part was when you triggered the third exit. There's a third. Wait, there was exits in the camping one. The fact that you have something a lot of people don't. Wait, but to be honest, I find the Baldi Basis full game game public demo my most favorite. Okay. Why do they keep making remastered, Baldi Basics remake remastered, Baldi Basic reimagined remained remaster. Don't ask me if there's actually those versions. Don't ask me. I'm not sure. Dude, what the hell's with my phone? I heard a ping on this. I heard you heard the Discord ping. Let me see what that was about. Give me a sec, chat. All right, it was something else.
Actual fully fledged Baldi's Basics title.
No,
Now,
we were
funny
talking
enough,
about the
we
full
could jump
game
into the release of Baldi's
game
Basics
public demo.
Plus with the
Oh,
new features of it, but I think right now is a good time to take a deeper dive into the classic version and some potential lore inside of it. Because the development of this game took 2 years for the first version. But that wasn't an empty 2 years, because on the 1-year anniversary of Baldi's Basics Original, a new version was released to the market for free, known as Baldi's Basics Birthday Bash. On the surface, there really wouldn't be much to talk about here. It's just a regular game, but instead themed like a birthday celebration, and at the end, rather than escaping the school, the player gets stopped by the characters as they celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the game, letting you—
oh wait, I should probably watch Markiplier's videos and if he actually played that. Wait, has Markiplier even played BB Plus? Has he? What fell? God damn. I'm gonna turn on a live so you guys can see me more. I'm not sure what's making that sound, to be honest. Okay. He did, but only the demos, I think. I don't know if you played the
blow out the candle on a
0.1.
massive
Oh.
cake that lit up the room, which afterwards would unlock
Mark
some other hidden
has
content
played
that
BB Plus,
was weird to say the
but
least.
he only did 2 episodes. Oh.
Holy!
However, this was all in good fun and didn't actually mean anything, up until word got around about an ending inside of the ending. Previously, there was an ending added into the game to where if the player completed the game with every question wrong, they would run into this really strange man named File Name 2.
Yeah, but quick question: how did they know about this, or did Misty Man tell people about this update? Did they just hand like, oh, I wonder what happens if you get all the answers wrong, or something like that? Did they say something like that? Because my question is, how did someone figure out about these no endings unless Misty Man hinted towards it? By the way, Spirits, I should be able to attend the streams on Monday and Thursday again since Cadets has been canceled for the month. I don't know what Cadets is, but okay. I don't really stream on Mondays, or at least I don't stream on this channel on Mondays. Farlands and Minecraft is so diverse. Curious people, I guess. Dog, I wish I could do that. I pray. What? After my exam?
This weird man would warn you about the game, telling you to destroy it urgently, and we actually see him make a return for the Birthday Bash Easter egg, but with a change in dialogue. This time, he actually describes his fear that you won't listen to him, and that really bad things will happen if the player doesn't listen to his requests to destroy the game.
Dude, honestly, the party mode no ending was one of the hardest challenges I've ever done. Honestly, obviously beating BB Plus was the most challenging for me because it took me way longer, or like actually, was it way longer? I'm not sure. I would need to add up all the hours I did for this run of trying to get this. Like, I did more than one live stream of it, but I don't remember how long each live stream was. So maybe the party mode and Baby Plus took me maybe around the same time, or maybe Baby Plus being that took longer. And yeah. Either way, both were extremely hard for me to do. Cadets is pretty much for people aged 12 and 18 to get to military training and to experience and develop a lot of skills for the army. I mean, that's good for at least exercise. Oh no, party no ending is the easiest. I'm gonna forget you even said that. It's just luck based. Dude. Baldi Basis is basically luck based itself. It's RNG. I mean, there's skill in it, but there's RNG in the game, bro. So there's luck based in it. 12 to 18, not skill based. In fact, I got to party no ending on my second attempt. Congrats, I guess. What do you want me to say? Congratulations. Cool. There's like, I know there's like a bunch of people who got there before I did. I don't know. Are you trying to flex or something?
As we can see, nothing
Why is my Wi-Fi constantly going out on my Samsung phone? I don't understand that.
bad has happened relating to this deep lore of the title. But what could he be warning us about? We are yet to find out. And why am I telling you this? I'm not sure. But considering the lore stopped at this point, it would have been...
Yeah, most of us are like 15 or 16 though. I take this fucking crazy. I'm eating my arms. Is it relatable?
a good time to summarize what we have so
What?
far as we move into the actual release of this full game, now titled Baldi's Basics Plus. Baldi's Basics Plus was released in early access in June of 2020. Of course, after some small demos that I won't...
I was gonna question, is he gonna mention BB Plus, or is or when it finally gets to 1.0 and stuff?
go into any detail on, other than they were just basic versions of the features that they added into the release. And to a certain extent, they actually changed the focus of this game. Baldi's Basics originally for the Meta Game Jam competition was built around deception, because while the game looked like an innocent old-style math game on the surface, disguised...
Hey there, G Brand. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Is that how you pronounce the name? G Brand or something? If you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't yet. And that's also for everyone who's new.
Cat and mouse game. But with the Plus version, a different take was put onto this game, and it funny enough shifted away from the horror genre altogether. Mika made the jump scare much less scary, he took away the loud suspenseful noises during the escape, and rather than disguising it as a horror game, he actually made the focus of the main mode around playing hide and seek with Baldi, rather than him chasing you with angry intent. Whether this was a good thing or not is up to you watching, but the concept is pretty much the...
I feel like they should have I think they should re-add the whole part where they're angry. What the hell's... I getting hearing pings left and right. Should I go on D&D or something?
The actual gameplay that we see in this new update. Some of the major changes included the removal of having to actually do Baldi's math problems, the change in the tutorial where Baldi, instead of giving...
Is that my Discord server that's pinging me? Let me mute this for now. It maybe come from my Discord server. I don't want to hear it unless I need to.
Collecting notebooks himself, rather jump straight into the action, counting down from 10, and an absolutely massive amount of new content added to the game.
Hey there, someone that was putting a bunch of emojis in my shorts. I hate how often my shorts chat freezes. It's annoying. Oh no, it didn't freeze. It's just some reason it didn't show that person up. But yeah, I feel like that person probably felt ignored. I feel so bad for that person. That or they got timed out. Not sure. Not sure. Nice. I turned 50 on January 3rd. Call me G Brain or Gibney. I guess Gibney. Me and Murder Guy are chatting. No, that's fine. I don't care. Go ahead. Chat a lot. I just like during live stream, I don't need everyone on live stream to hear ping, 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 ping. You know what I'm saying? My dumbass thought my Discord was pinging. See, that's exactly why I had to put on, why I had to mute my Discord server or mute the source of it. Same email. To be honest, I was checking mine too. See, this is...
There were 7 the player needed to collect
that's why I do that.
Simple enough, but got rather bland and borderline unplayable after beating it just once. However, the new Baldi's Basics divided itself into floors, slowly getting harder and simultaneously adding more notebooks to bigger and bigger maps. Some of the prominent new characters that
I'm not gonna lie. For Baldi Basics Plus, having 9 notebooks on it isn't bad for like when they did that for like the third floor, because it's still beatable. Because I beat it faster than having when it had 5 floors, but I feel like it's because the 5th floor. So this is my honest take on the 5th floor. It's fine. But the fact that it has places where like, oh, only faculty only, it basically cuts off the half the map. And well, like, what if you're close to beating the game, or you get all the notebooks, and you're trying to exit, beat the game, or maybe you don't have all the notebooks and stuff. Like, I feel like Misty Man needs to change the fact that it cuts off half the school, because like that's the reason why it's so much harder, because like there's only two ways. No, there's three ways how you can get past that. Oh no, grappling hook, though you only have a few tries in that thing isn't unlimited, so it makes it harder for you to get past through the whole school and stuff. And then also how to get to all the exits, because half the exits on one side and the other one on the other side, and the faculty only doors, it kind of cuts you off there. The visibility potion, which works, but sometimes you're gonna need it in case the body is close by, because maybe you don't have it, the dirty chalker. And then there's a faculty badge, which it isn't really, it honestly doesn't pop up a lot during that map. If it popped up a lot during that map, I wouldn't be complaining about it. But I think he either needs to like, either, I don't know, upgrade the time of visibility, or give you more chances for the grappling hook, or simply add way more faculty badges on those type of floors that need you to have, get past the faculty doors, or else what's the point in it? Because like the ones where it has a security cam and it closes on it if you're not faculty or something like that. Yeah. Would you be friends with me on with a Discord mod? I mean, I don't have Discord mods. I have Discord admins, but no. I mean, Murder God is my Discord admin, and I'm not friends with her. Him. Fuck. Hey, Murder God, if you're watching, can you tell me your pronouns again? I'm not friends with Murder God, but we have content creator and viewer relationship. The exact one that you guys will have with me. You guys can like strengthen that as much as you can. But I wouldn't call any of you guys my friends, because like I feel like that would be too dangerous for me to have on the internet, to like become friends with you guys. And I also been there where that has happened, where I become friends with some people who were, were once a viewer and stuff. And some of them either become toxic, like later on I find out are toxic and I block them, or like kick them out of my life and block them, or they just leave. Oh, and the other ones just like get busy with life and just don't really come back that much. So that's why I don't really friend people as viewers anymore, because I just don't want to lose you guys. Like I want you guys to keep on coming to my content, because I don't want to miss you. Life of a Discord user. Users when they heard a sound familiar to would you, I need to clip the clip where Spirit starts calling me a hacker and Forsaken. I call other people a hacker during the Forsaken to live stream. And honestly, it was funny, so I might just keep doing it. You get messed up, Poggy. It's P-O-G-I, not P-O-G-E. What? Are you talking to me? Super Cranberry, Sprite Cranberry, you're the one who ain't spending hours at a time learning stuff. What the hell? You do know that Discord was around back when I used to go to school, right? You do know that, right? I don't know how that's an excuse. I mean, I can understand that it's like when people have jobs that they won't be active all the time. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not all what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. I understand school and having jobs. I know plenty of people, mass majority of people I know are in either lane. That's not what I'm talking about. He couldn't pass the red transparent wall, and I could sense I'm killer, and he started to call you hacking. But I could teach you Forsaken basics sometimes. I need to like someone in my Discord server whenever I have freeze and be like, hey, join a VC. We're gonna go to my private server so you guys can like just teach me the game so I can get better for live stream wise. Sounds good. I'm talking about Baldi Basis Plus. Oh, you're the one who ain't spending hours at a time. Huh? But you say I'm not the one who's spending hours of time learning stuff. Newsflash, you don't need to go to school to learn stuff. Trust me. School is just a niche, has a niches of what to learn. But you can learn way more than just that outside of school and stuff that's actually important too. I'm at 10-day total playtime player. I have a friend that has 20 days playtime. I was talking about Body Basis Plus. Okay.
Got released into this version include Mrs. Pump, a character who forces you to go to a certain room in 2 minutes, otherwise she drags.
I don't understand why you said that, to be honest. You probably said it earlier, but I forgot what I read.
This version include Mrs. Pump, a character who forces you to go to a certain room in 2 minutes, otherwise she drags you there herself. Beans, a kid who blows bubblegum across the map from time to time, slowing anybody in his path down for 10 seconds. We saw Cloudy Copter, a character who moves around the map blowing wind on certain hallways.
All these ones are fine. I feel like, oh, wasn't there a character that I absolutely hate?
Help or hurt you, and many others I can't explain.
Chalker, I hate Chalker. Chalker's useless.
Got the plus title for
No,
the fact that
he makes sense on why for his role he makes sense, but I still don't like him. Yeah, I found a 2-month playtime player.
Not only was it an expanded version of the original, but it also had a bunch of different modes, including a fast mode, grapple mode, and sneak mode, where you hide from a bunch of principals. There were other.
I haven't been in the speed mode yet. I still haven't been in the speed mode.
And there are tons of fun. Honestly, I played them.
I don't know if there's a possibility for you to beat it. I feel like it's just a challenge that you don't that you can beat, but you depends. I feel like speed mode you need you really need a solid strategy to beat it.
For longer than I'd like to admit.
You know what? For speed mode, I don't think you should be able need to do like the questions. If they took it out and just let you instantly click it would probably make more sense because of how fast he gets. I've only beat Speedy Challenge once. I haven't.
But they pretty much have nothing to do with the game as of now.
Or maybe I have. I don't remember.
So Baldi's Basics Plus
no, I'm pretty sure
like
I didn't.
It earned its title. But you may be wondering why in the world a couple mini games and 3 levels took 2 years, even for a solo developer. Well, there was one thing that I intentionally left out of the game's description: the inclusion and overhaul of the Baldi's Basics Endless Mode. This version of the game was just Baldi's Basics. However, there was no ending, and the player just had to collect as.
Isn't that just Infinite Mode that was in BBCR?
Many books as possible. Simple enough. However, there is one of the craziest features about this game inside of this particular mode that updated from the original classic version. Which is the introduction of randomly generated maps and seeds. We all probably know what Minecraft is, and if you don't, you're probably living in the Bikini Bottom. The game's map system works in seeds, where the player creates a map, but the whole map randomly generates, allowing for a more unpredictable experience. Every randomly generated map, however, is identified by the seed it launches with, allowing for players to not only have a heavily replayable experience, but also be able to pass around different seeds that cater to more challenge maps, easier maps, or just weird ones.
Good question. Are these seeds like were they made, or are they just RNG? Are they just a random generated number? I mean, like, did Mystery Man just have a system where basically they randomly generate like Minecraft does, or basically it takes everything that the game has and just randomly for every map it just randomly generates a look for it and stuff. Endless mode is actually kind of fun. Yeah, but you're gonna die regardless. You know I have Body Basis plus you know I have Body Basis plus 0.11. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I mean I have it too. The king's carrot cannot stop. Oh no, chariot. The king's chariot cannot stop. Oh, what type of reference are you trying to make right now? By the way, if you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you are new, I don't remember. Who's pronounced yours, Murder God? I have Minecraft. How many fucking decimals are there? In fact, Baldi Basis Plus volume in the version 0.11, the latest version, revamped and endless mode. Revamped endless mode. Okay, your endless mode got rewards in the latest update. Him. Okay, I forgot. I find endless mode entertaining, but I don't play it frequently.
Well, Mika took this idea and implemented it into Baldi's Basics, allowing for an unbelievable game experience. It's obviously not like Minecraft where the whole terrain is different, but the idea of being able to play in thousands of different schools is what, in my opinion, is really going to put the plus in Baldi's Basics Plus. No matter how many custom-made levels Mika produces, eventually it'll all grow old. The only solution for that, however, would of course be to make things infinite. Think about it. If the maps are randomly generated, while not technically true, there are pretty much infinite maps the players can try, assuming they don't play for like a million hours. And
I don't have the time to do that. You honestly have to be a kid to be able to do that.
Infinite mode would also imply that there's...
Wait, what? Oh, shit, that jump scared me. Thank you so much for subscribing, Creepsiz.
no maximum score the player can reach. I'm not necessarily sure how
Your
long
ass
I
is
could keep
grass,
this out.
bruh. Nah, what the hell, Deadman? Oh, by the way, Deadman, if you haven't yet, hit the like button and share on the short side. Dear Asgore, I'm gonna have your font week. What? You're welcome. Thanks. Yep. I'm a Baldi fan, but a million hours is so exaggerated.
Sound of Baldi slapping his ruler or the principal catching me running in the halls. But I can promise you that this new idea
I feel like if you played this game that many times, you basically probably
revolutionize
would be
the
able
game if done
to do
correctly
any
in
of
the
their
fully
impressions
version.
spot
Would you
on.
look at that. We've actually made it all the way up to where we are today.
Not really, but then again, this video was made 4 years ago, so technically.
I obviously spared quite a lot of uninteresting details, like a bunch of demos for the full game that were put out. But even without taking those into account, so many changes have happened to Baldi's Basics ever since it reached its peak in 2018.
Oh boy, you don't even know. There's 2 more floors compared to this video.
Up until now, already 2 months into 2021. But what about the future of the game? I would hate to just put a pause here for an update to come out a month later, outdating this whole video. So what can we expect next for Baldi's Basics? Well, Mika is working unbelievably hard, so in the future we can definitely expect an actual full release of the single dev masterpiece, but that's obviously a long
Wait, hold on. Is this a past prediction to say like, oh, we're expecting that he will soon have a full release on a Plus game? Is that what he's saying? Is he saying that because it hasn't happened? My question is, when is Mr. Man gonna? What's Mr. Man's like idea for the full complete of the game? Cause my theory, unlike my prediction is that once the game fully releases and it becomes free, and as long as all the content creators who made Baldi Base, the original Baldi Bases blow up, and they played the new version of it fully released, then it can blow up the game again. Who knows? Either Kyle Bono. Wait, I think I've seen him before. Hit the like button and share if you haven't yet. I have somewhere around 150 hours in BB Plus. Baldi's Basics is still being a thing until now. I use my dad's Steam account, LOL. Well, I mean, as long as you don't buy anything using his money, I think that's fine. Well, as long as you're asking him if you can buy it. I had 3 hours because I rage quit trying to do endless run. I use BPNX and Baldi Basics Plus for texture packs and plugins. Oh. That's cool, I guess. Not that popular like it used to be, but there are still some people that enjoy it. Yeah. Also, Spirit, what's your guess on who's winning the Innovation Award of Excellent Exclude Roba Garden? Oh, Girl Garden. Wait, what was the people that got nominated for the winning the Innovation Award of Excellence? I don't know. What was the nomination for Excellence again? I mean, I can't tell you who is gonna win, but I can give an opinion on who I think will win. Or I'll give 2 opinions. One, what I think who I'm think gonna win by what I've seen, and 2 would be like who's gonna win based on who I think should win. Exactly, that's just a theory. I was thinking, Spirit. The blue master guy, blue dude. I used it when I installed the level editor for B plus. Yeah, honestly, here's the main reason why I think that Baldi Basics Plus isn't as extremely popular as Baldi Basics to like give Baldi Basics another life to be extremely popular. Maybe not as popular as FNAF because FNAF is huge, but so big where I can make it around mainstream again. And the reason why it hasn't happened is because Baldi Basics Plus is a game that you have to pay for because it's not a full game yet. It's still getting updates. That's the only reason that I can think of. Because I think that there's a chance on the Baby Plus can blow up when Misty Man decides that he has everything he wants for a full game of it, and then he fully releases it. Right now, I just think he's probably just still thinking of ideas what to add to the game and stuff. But I hope he's getting close to done with it, because I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like in 9 more updates he should then release it. Because the game is hard enough as it is. And I think he just needs to... I think he needs to do something for like the farm trip or wherever the hell that is. The other minigame besides... the other field trip besides the camping one. He needs to add something there because there's literally nothing there. So I don't know what he wants for that. Unless he's planning to, put something there. But obviously, there's something has to be there, or he has to retract that game mode. Because, like, why would you have something empty in a full release? For a second, in Marvel, will Virtue take the crown or Greed Thrones again? Find out on the next time of the RIA 2025. After Chad, you didn't tell me. Wait, who was? You guys are not telling me. 5 playtimes controversial rise. There was a controversial rise. There's quite a few of these videos I can just react to for like live stream wise. Roblox award for excellence nominees 2025. I probably spelled that terribly wrong. Funny businesses. You know what? If you guys can't tell me, then I can't tell you my opinion because I don't remember what the nominees were again. After Mr. Man 12 made version 0.10, he started to finally start work on the full game. Oh. That's why. Okay. I'm crying, laughing, not gonna lie.
Long-term goal.
What are you talking
what
about?
Some things that could be coming soon?
Why are you crying and laughing?
Been rather quiet these
that's nice, but I don't understand.
Waiting patiently as for what could be next. Well, fear not, because according to Mika, he has been seeing lots of emails about people asking where Baldi's Basics updates have gone. And Mika addressed these emails by letting us know that Baldi's Basics is not only being worked on, but will have some huge announcements coming in the next few weeks from his March 6th tweet. So not only did we have a condensed recap of Baldi's history, but now we have something to look forward to. Now, I kept this video completely timeline based, not really talking about why it fell down after so much success in the classic version, especially considering the game's future held so much more content. And I think to answer the question on why it fell simply for anybody who may have been wondering themselves, Baldi's Basics became big, but some might say a little too big. On a lot of my videos
Wait, what do you mean a little too big?
Deal with small developing teams, people often tell me it's hard to blame the developers for not releasing updates fast due to their small size. But the really upsetting reality about gaming is that nobody's going to give you a break because of the size of the team creating the game. And with the attention spans of everybody getting lower and lower by the second, people tend to move on very quickly from games that don't provide content. So Baldi's maybe lost the majority of its mainstream hype, mostly because it took 2 years for the actual game to hit early access. But we also have to remember what came out of that hype. Mika never would have expected this 2-week competition to end in a massive year-long project, and definitely did not expect to have $60,000 thrown towards building this game purely from passionate fans. And
like I said, I still think that there's a chance where our Baldi Basics can go back to mainstream once the Plus fully releases. Look at the captions on the screen. Wait, what? Was there like some type of secret thing? Overwrap. Wait, what? what are those captions? Natural resources.
held so much more content. And I think to answer the question on why it fell simply for anybody who may have been wondering themselves, Baldi's Basics became big, but some
Show Paris big what?
might say a little too big. On a lot of my
All my site out to be
videos
our
that deal with small
values.
developing teams, people
That is more of things.
often tell me it's hard to
People
blame the
often
developers
taught me all the money in the money in the person. What is this talking about?
for not releasing updates fast due to their small size.
The person was Gallios stay fair, use
The
small.
really upsetting reality about gaming is that nobody's going to give you
Word about the
a
anus.
break because of the size of
Anus not you what?
the team creating the game. And with the attention spans of everybody getting lower and lower
They know the spin verge
by the
advance.
second, people tend to move on
Should I turn off the captions? These are making no
very
sense.
quickly from games that don't provide content. So Baldi's maybe lost the majority of
Quickly find the advertisements about baby balls. Wait, what?
mainstream
Balls.
hype, mostly because it took 2 years for the actual game to hit early access.
Usage and the high risk.
But we also have to remember what came out of that hype. Mika
Nah, I'm
never
gonna keep
would have
that on. It's
expected
kinda funny
this
for the,
2D
whatever the hell
competition
they're
to end in
saying.
a massive year-long project, and definitely did not expect to have $60,000 thrown towards building this game purely from passionate fans. And while some may call the game dead, if we're being honest, up until the game is deleted forever, it will always be alive. And even if there were just one player playing the game actively here in 2021, that would greatly outperform the expectations of the 2018 one-off project. That went from a quick yet disappointing second-place competition piece to a soon-to-be full Steam title. What did you guys think of this video? Let me know down in the comments.
I feel like Baldi Bits is alive. It just has it still has an active community, but it's definitely smaller than what it used to be. Spanish, UK, English.
Below, I made sure to spend tons of time researching and making sure this video not only gave a lot of information, but kept it all condensed rather than breaking out into every little
Thing is, I don't blame them for like the captions, because you guys can probably turn on the captions for my old live streams or even the live stream from earlier. Anything that's fully processed, if it has any captions on it, it probably isn't. It's AI generated, and Lily probably is capturing terribly. So yeah. That's just YouTube itself. I'm currently laughing because someone said they finna grape me. They gonna. Oh, that word. Me, and I said you're late to the. My bro lives in Texas, so how can you? Wait, what? Murder guy, do you say you're late to that as like a joke, or is there something you want to talk to me about privately on Discord? That's concerning. Those captions are speaking in
patch note. And go into the item shop, My Fortniners, and use code RAMPAGE, RM.
Wait, what?
And go into the of information, but kept it all condensed rather than breaking out into every little patch note. And go into the item shop, My Fortniners, and use code RAMPAGE, RMPG. Hell, if you send you using it to me on my Twitter or Instagram, I'll actually put you in a video.
Why are you advertising your Epic Store code on a Baldi Basics video?
But as always,
By the way, guys, I forgot to. I need to get in the groove on. I need to get in the flow of saying this every live stream for this channel. If you want to help me get more games and help me upgrade my quality and stuff for you guys, and have give you guys a way better experience for my live streams and stuff. And one day, to go back to ASAP, having where I can upload videos for you guys, and more sources to help this channel grow more faster, or get better, or even hire channel staff, so then they can help grow this channel. Become a member today. After hitting subscribe, you can probably will see the plus symbol on the subscribe button. Like that's a new type of joining members. That, or you see something that says join, like a join button. You probably won't see it on mobile that much, but you will see it on if you well, if you're on like shorts, just go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it. If you're on mobile, you probably, yeah, you see it there. If you don't, for some reason, go to my homepage. It helps me a lot. It's the cheapest thing you can pay for is only 99 cents. If you can't do it, that's fine. Just watch my ads. It's a free way to support me. But if you can, right now, if you can spare $1 right now, get members and you can help me out a lot right now. If you guys question like why is he self promotion or like selling out, one, I don't care if I sell it, I need money right now, and two, YouTube's told me that if I keep mentioning if I start mentioning members more often in my content, you guys will start getting members, or there's I rise my chance of getting members and stuff. Friends, have you sure you're handsome, my sweetest game? The caption, huh? They're just talking about the captions.
Peace out.
Well, I mean, that's the end of that video. If you guys so far enjoy my live streams or reacting to content that talks about games I play on this, like the first one I did was yesterday, me reacting to a Puppy Playtime video on this channel, and this one's Baldi basis. If you want to constantly see me react to content, react to game video, you know what I'm saying, react to videos that I talk about or mention these games that I play on my YouTube channel, make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you haven't yet. It's free, only takes you a few seconds, and it helps you to know you want to see more of this type of content, or else you won't be able to see it more. Also, it does help more people to come to this YouTube channel. And chat, when I ask you guys to drop comment stuff, please start dropping more comments. I promise you that I'll heart every single one of them, as long as they're appropriate too, or they don't, as long as they make sense. Chat, please start dropping comments, because I would love to see more comments. It also helps me a lot to boost my content forward. And guess what? If you guys start dropping comments more, you really support this channel out. You guys easily share, like, and subscribe, but I need you guys to start dropping comments more. And I probably will start talking about this more, but I cannot stress enough how I need you guys to start dropping comments. I don't even care if it's a simple emoji, I'll heart it. Like, I can understand if you guys are like, oh, I don't know what to comment and stuff. Dude, I rarely comment, so I understand what that's like. I'm just asking, even like the simplest thing, to start dropping more comments. I will spam comments. If you spam comments on a live stream, that's nice, but I don't want you to break YouTube to think that you're a bot. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But just start dropping comments on my past content and stuff, and on my shorts and stuff. And trust me, I'll be hearting them. If I don't heart them, I haven't seen it yet. That's all I gotta tell you. If I don't like and heart your stuff yet, then I just haven't seen your comment yet. That's all. I'm gonna eat your idol, not Spirit Cat and Rex. Wait, we said something like that? Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Much talk to you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Also, seriously, everyone, and drop a comment, any games you guys want me to see, or any videos you guys want me to react to that's related to the games and stuff. You know what I'm talking about. I said it much. Or if it's not that, just say some other stuff. Stop dropping comments, please. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. See, I'm resorting to singing very horribly for this. Just please, I'm gonna go insane if you don't.